is the first real heavy one. Well, our initial sets are this sort of weird rep scheme that I like to use, sort of throws everything off a little bit, is we do like almost a 90% of your max single. But what happens is like, let's say your 3 rep max, or actually your 4 rep max is 405, which means you could really do about 470.
Yeah.
Which means what we were doing is doing a single with 470, and then you do 3 reps at
that drop set.
Yeah, so it's sort of, you get to feel the heavy weight, and I don't care about doing the single. You're supposed to focus on the triple, because that's what we're trying to go at.
Hodination.
Oh, so
there's a word for it.
Oh yeah, it's actually one of the little tricks from Pavel talks about. He talks about, a lot of times if you go with a heavier weight, you
Olympic lifters do it. For their squat, they'll throw on 60 pounds more than they can and just stand there with the weight.
Exactly. And that's what it does. It helps your nervous system get used to it and everything. So anyway, when Derek and me are usually been hovering right around even, I beat him by about, well, he finished off, he actually did 425 solid. I did a 455 single solid. Now, I did fail on my 3 reps on that, but on the 445, I did 3 reps at, which are 50 pounds less, so I did 3 reps at 395.
415?
Yeah, no, 4. I did 445 and then got the 3 reps. So it's 445, and I took, because we were only doing 50-pound increments. So I did 445 and then 3 reps at 395.
Dang.
Then I did 455, but I failed on the 405s. It was fucked because that's a lot. Because we did 4 sets of those max.
Not only that, but this is your first time doing this. It took me about 3 weeks.
I was shocked that I didn't have energy issues. And I was drinking my Salvation, which is great. The one problem I'm seeming to have is, and it's my fault, I thought I was drinking a lot of water. I just have to consume a lot more. I had a lot of cramping issues. That's the only thing that happened to me is I cramped up some.
Yeah. I drink around, those guys are about 24 ounces. I drink about 8 of those.
Yeah. And see, I've been drinking lots of tea, and I probably need to drink just even more water. Even though, like, when I'm at work, I drink a ton of water. Like father, like son, it's amazing.
What's that?
They were laughing like a son of a bitch because when I did 455, my left leg, they started calling me Elvis. Your left leg was twitching, nowhere near as bad as mine, but I was.
Well, I'm not doing the weight.
Well, see, that's the thing. I was, Junior was getting on me. I'm like, look, one of the things is you could lift more, Junior, because Junior you've seen Junior, he's a big, huge black boy, and I'm lifting, 80, 90 pounds more than he is.
Yeah.
But he doesn't get as tight. Because, when I get through benching, my butt almost cramps up. And see, they're not like that. Well, Derek gets underneath it like I do. But hell, he only 235 and he's benching right behind me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a big boy.
He's stout. He's stout, he's strong, and he's got that killer. So anyways, that's going real well. I am in the process of going through some Rogue Fitness and some other places because someone's birthday is coming up and I wanted to buy you some shit for this.
What?
Shit are you interested in getting a yoke or a sled or?
Right.
Is there anything that you're wanting to buy that you haven't bought? I was even thinking of. I know I haven't moved this, and I'm thinking about doing getting a true cage out, but I can't do that right now. But anyway, I just was going to get something. What have you What do you want that you don't have available to you right now?
I have everything I want.
I got you 2 ankle straps so that you can do it with chains.
That's awesome.
So as opposed to that.
Yeah, that's a ghetto fix for me.
And I was gonna get a sled. I get a sled for both of us because I don't know if you ever do sled.
I'm not doing that. Right now I'm cutting,
right.
And I cut calories though, like hard. So.
They actually have a much better dip belt than the one you probably use. I was gonna get you from Iron Mind.
I don't know. And I don't want to use a lifting belt yet.
No, I'm talking about a dip belt.
No, I understand. I don't mind that one.
Oh. And actually, you probably, once you start going a little heavier in your bench press, you probably need to get some. Some wraps, some wrist wraps.
Yeah,
You don't have any issues with your wrist yet?
No.
That's because you're doing real good about putting it.
Everything I do is in the wrist. Yeah, it's sitting on the wrist.
Yeah, I'm watching. Well, that's the other thing with Junior. Junior, the weight's back here.
Muscles it.
No, it's back here as opposed to
strong, man.
Well, then, Junior, stop boy.
Yeah, these are all supposed to. I'm switching. I'll explain in a second.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get them. But I did the failure for 9 months, and I can't do that anymore. So I'm changing.
Grind, young man, grind.
That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. That's okay.
Yeah, but believe it or not, that is a skill set that we work to try and learn.
No, I understand, but that's.
You shouldn't be having to grind on that, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I've never done these weights or these reps. I was doing 4, 6, 8. My 4 one being 4 plus whatever to failure, and then shooting for 6, and then shooting for 8. And I got really strong doing that, but it's too taxing now for the weight I'm lifting.
Yeah, it kills you. Well, actually, you need to probably lower your rep scheme if you're really going heavy.
I'm not going heavy now.
Okay.
So this is 140, which I've never done before, but that's.
Well, what do you usually bench?
I usually bench 195.
Okay, that's
for like 6 reps.
Right.
But those are like every other week. It was like 5, 6, 5, 6.
You need to switch back. You got to go through a heavy.
So for 3 months, I'm doing 8, 10, 12, no failure.
Gotcha.
There's no. If I can't get the rep, I'm gonna stop and just lower the weight the next week. I want to train the technique now.
Right. Good base, good technique.
Before I was just.
So
I wasn't lifting.
Nothing I can get you right now.
I'm a very happy person right now.
Yeah, but think about it. All the magazines you look through, you got someone who's wanting to get you.
I don't like toys.
Oh.
With this kind of thing.
Yeah, but they're not. I mean, what I'm getting for you.
I mean, like gadgets. Like I would love, to have room to do Olympic lifting. That's
right.
It.
And that's actually you could.
Well, I'm not doing anything near that.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like right here, which is good. But I'm not.
Which actually will work because what I want to get is I'm getting a log.
A log.
Overhead press, a log lifting?
Yeah.
Which means I'm probably going to lift outside, here's what I was thinking, is I was going to get us a cart to cart the weights, and we could do, actually, a Sunday afternoon with me and you playing around. We open up the the driveway. We take our farmer walks out front. We carry some weight up there. I get 2 big old tires. And we set up a log lift. So that way you're doing overhead press, which is Olympic lifting from the ground up. And that's sort of like a Sunday afternoon. And really, those 2 exercises, if you do them for a period of time, that's a pretty good full body workout.
Oh, without a doubt. I remember carrying that damn bag around. That thing's only 100 pounds.
That's the other thing I was going to buy you. I was going to buy you a sand bag that you could load up with 200 pounds of sand.
I'm like, right now, I'm trying not to do any cardio.
Okay. Well, 200-pound bag, that's more like lifting stones, and that's not really cardio.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I work on a very defined calorie thing, and this doesn't burn anything compared to like running.
Oh no. What's anaerobic?
Yeah.
Little oxygen, but it builds muscle.
That wouldn't be a bad idea though, because I know my cardio system right now is complete shit compared to where it was when I was doing all. Like, I'm sure I couldn't run as long as I could before.
Well, my cardio is good. That's why I'm thinking about me going back using the logs. It's gonna be good.
I'll definitely do that with you, and I'm working out. I'm not doing the week anymore. I'm doing workout, rest, workout, rest, workout, rest. I'm not doing doubles anymore. I just can't.
Now the bad thing is on Saturday because I have to work out at 10 o'clock. So I've already eaten a meal, but so it's sort of like I'm eating lunch and dinner tonight. But I'm gonna try to eat. I'm eating. It's splitting that meal into my workout meal.
You don't have to eat one meal. That's not the protocol. That's my protocol. The regular protocol for lean gains is to eat a majority of your protein before you work out, and the rest and all your carbs after you work out.
Okay.
So.
But then I can still work because then taking the carb diet guy, you guys are very close in your protocol.
No, these are all the same thing. It all has to do with depleting and replenishing glycogen.
And it all has to do with.
Because when you. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, because there's certain times your body uses certain. You know how we sort of said a calorie is a calorie, and it sort of is true, but it also sort of isn't true?
It's weight. It is 100% true that it will define your weight.
Right, but a calorie is a calorie. You can have two exact same diets with the same calorie count, and depending on the mix, you'll burn up
composition. Yeah. You'll build. One guy will have way more muscle.
One person can actually put on weight, put on fat, even though he's got the same number of calories.
But both of them will be the same weight.
Yeah,
they're burning the same, but one will be more fat.
Yeah, but actually, there's a little bit of a switch in there that you get about. It's called efficiency. It's a thermodynamic laws of thermodynamics. Number 2, one is heat is an energy is what it is. That's a calorie is a calorie. The other one is that there's an efficiency factor, and what happens is depending on what food you eat, there's a factor of consuming the food takes up calories.
Only protein. There is no.
Right, but I'm saying if you mix up your mix, sometimes the remaining carbs that are left over are different. So you can have two guys. Well, we're saying the same thing. You got two people, same exact calorie count. Mm-hmm. One guy could actually get fatter, while the other guy could get leaner and possibly even put on muscle.
On the exact same calories, unless one's having the same amount of protein, which is what we do.
Yeah, but I'm saying these people aren't. I'm just saying calories to calories. That's why there's enough difference.
I get what you're saying, but it's very small.
Oh, that's the point I'm saying. He makes a big point about that, but I'm saying really what he's getting into is there's like a net 150 to 200 calorie difference because of the composition.
Yeah, protein is 0.8 for every 4 calories of protein. 0.8 gets consumed just from digesting it, let alone all the other crazy shit your body has to do putting it where it needs to go. Because carbs aren't used like protein is in your body. No. Protein uses your bones, your freaking cellular, all that. While carbs are mainly just to replenish muscle, and that's really just your leptin levels essentially.
And protein is like 9 calories, but actually because of our physio.
No, protein's 4. Fat is 9.
Fat is 9, but it's what was he talking about? He said teenagers actually can change the composition because your body, when you're growing, you have different sort of, that's sort of the set, the 4 calories, but it's different engines or different ovens or different, actually sources that are actually burning those calories can impact it because when we're young, we burn at a different rate.
When you're young, you need a lot more food.
Right.
You actually
wind up that there's actually more calories out of fat, more available, because it burns it actually more efficiently.
Well, you also have a lot. Your hormones are amazing at that age.
Right.
Versus now, when it's like your body doesn't want to. When you have an insane amount of testosterone, your body doesn't want to hold on to any fat. It doesn't need it.
Right.
It wants to put on as much muscle as it
But
can.
right now, what my intentions are is really not to. I mean, I eat nothing during the day until after, until
Well,
the
you
evening.
said today you ate.
Today only because I wasn't gonna work out. I mean, when I got to working out, I had to get some food in my system.
Oh. No. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
let's see.
I thought you said you ate before you.
No, I never work out. I
Always.
don't like to work out.
Never.
No. Well, I never did anyway, because I don't know, especially the way see, some guys are like, I don't know how you can come in here. I'm sort of weird. I have never felt comfortable. I gotta have like at least a 5-hour window.
Yeah.
Before I work out. If I eat a couple hours, my body doesn't react to me. I'm still reacting with what I've eaten. My body's still, trying to.
Do not feel bad about eating after working out. That's
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I have no problem with it. I'm going to eat all day today to consume all the protein I need.
Okay, so you're working on the whole carb night thing. My thing is, when you get done working out, if you don't drink more BCAA within 2 hours after the last time you drank it, you need to have eaten.
And actually that helped out a lot because I did take the extended and it helped. And I usually used to use it off and on.
I drink it all right away, like 15 minutes before.
On non-workout days.
Mm-hmm.
Non-workout days, I don't eat anything. All I'm doing is drinking water. When I get home, I do the calorie count, which means it's really low carb on my non-workout days. So I'm eating like a bunch of eggs and ham or eggs and bacon. It's Atkins diet almost. It's a low carb. And then
all these people have 1,000 different names for it. It's all the same thing.
On my workout days, I can almost go and eat whatever I want to eat, but I try to make sure I get lots of protein.
But on your rest days, you want like 80 grams of fat, whereas in your workout days, you want like 30 or 40 if you can.
Right.
You want as little because you're gonna spill over. But the awesome thing about overeating after you've worked out hard without eating anything is your glycogen's depleted. So guess where those carbs have to go before they're even allowed to go into your weight? They have to go back into the muscles.
Did you notice a difference in your bowel movements after you started this?
I do one.
When you used to do it multiple times?
I used to go 2 or 3 times a day.
Because it's, and you know me, I would go, and just even lately,
it's like
it's less, so it seems like my body's using the food more.
Oh yeah, especially if
you're
eating better.
Well, I've lost about 4 pounds already. I'm feeling better, and that's, I know it's a lot of it is just water right away. That's why I'm trying to make sure I consume massive amounts of water. Well, that sort of sucks though, because I'm trying to get something, because I want something that sort of you'd enjoy.
I'd like a coach.
A coach?
AKA you.
Well, when I can be here, I can be. What days do you work out?
I work out every other day. See, I'm used to doing like.
See, that's actually pretty good. I was gonna say because the belt I was gonna get actually is there's a belt for that actually attaches the dumbbell real easy.
Yeah, the chins are a bitch with that thing. Ooh, a fixed chin thing. I don't know how you get that. Because that makes it so much harder that it moves.
Oh.
But I mean, that's good on my abs.
Well, actually, I've got something that I could get for you that you could actually take home and have a power rack at home too, if you want it.
No, she won't let me do
that.
that.
No, but I mean, you can have it here, and then if you want to take it home, because what it is, it's 2 simple things. It's a single, it's a tower of power, which actually adjusts to the height you want, and then it's pillars, what they call pillars, but basically it's a rack so that
I've seen them. The Olympic lifters use them to set the bar on.
I'll show. No, it's Iron Mind. I'll show. Come on in before you leave.
You sure you don't want to? I wouldn't want to keep talking about your questions.
No, I just don't want to mess with your work.
You're not. This is 10 times easier than my super heavy.
Well, let me go get my water though. Okay. BCAA. Hey, this is a lot lighter than you were going, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Instead of 4 plus, whatever I can make it.
Yeah, but still, you're doing the reps. Your intensity's still close. You're just tuning down the weights, but you're also lowering the intensity.
Well, it's letting me focus a lot more on form and feeling the reps. Like that way I can focus on what I'm. Because when it's really heavy, dude, I can't think. I'm just pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I skipped that. Every single program that starts with a newbie, you just go really light and you do lots of reps. And I said, F that. And it worked for me because I don't mind pushing myself. But now I need to. Oh, yeah. That's pretty sweet.
And then.
How tall? 20. No, that's loading surface. 34 inches? Oh, height adjustment. 22, 234. What's 34? What am I like?
You're 60.
Could I squat off that?
Yeah. Oh, well, see, no, here, that's for part of it. They actually go hand in hand.
Hold on, let me. Gotta start my timer. 30 minutes.
See, take the bench out and you.
Oh.
You'd actually have those stands, which you've seen lifters actually use.
Yeah.
But you have those spotters behind you. That way you can, because that adjusts to squatting or benching.
Yeah. I'd have to use weight where I wouldn't try, because those have saved me many a time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. These are actually better than those because they're longer, a bigger surface.
Oh. Okay.
I'm talking about this. You use this along with that.
Oh, okay. That's sweet.
Yeah, it's like having a power rack instead of having it all the thing adjust and the rack adjust. And then if you want, you have that piece behind it, which is a stable, fixed curl. So those three things, which easily adjust and move around, you can have at your house, or you can have here. So I combine for you here. You use it here, and then if you ever build something in the back for your own gym, or
yeah, I could use the guest room, but if we had a kid anytime soon.
No, you probably want to go outside and build some sort of shit. That way you don't want to never yell at you.
And I'll break down walls. Yeah. I'm sure I'll have one of those one day. Or just flip away.
See, that's what I was looking to get to, was that the rigor. By the way, Iron Mind is like sweet ass equipment, but it's just like what the strongman uses.
Yeah, that's fixed. That's awesome.
No, but also talking about that too.
That's what I'm talking
about. The belt.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen those. Omar Shmoloff or whatever. I watched him. He does that.
But you don't want those? Yeah, these are fixed.
I don't ever. When have you ever asked me if I want something and I knew what,
So let's see, if I could just buy it, well, I was gonna buy you these. Because they're not whole hand, these are.
Wow, those are like fingers.
Yeah, and that's what you've got, I was actually looking maybe.
I have 2 of those. I have your 1 and your 1.5. 1.5 is what I'm working on right now.
Okay, so I can get you a 2 and a 3, and I can get you a couple of those.
Holy crap.
Because you're always working on your hamstrings, right?
I wasn't, and I am again. Like, I kind of got bad about it.
That's it. I mean, I have them in my office. Sometimes I get religious, and sometimes.
I'm gonna get bad about it though, because I wanna deadlift 400. That's fine. Those are freaking. That'd be really tough.
Well, you think about it, because actually, like me, my hand, it's sort of funny. I mean, I've got good hand strength, but my weakness is here, and that's when I miss a deadlift. It's that thing. It's this part of my hand.
Yeah, that's where it rolls off on me.
And when I'm doing band backwards, that's where it's this side. Well, because I broke that bone right there. I was swinging, I hit something, I just hit the edge, and just caught my left knuckle on it.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with my shoulder. It might be like a bone spur or something.
Your shoulder?
Yeah, I've had a really bad shoulder for years. My left one. When I was doing all those push-ups all the time, when I weighed like 215 pounds, that killed my shoulder. I was probably like internally rotating instead of keeping it.
And I do have a carbon eater. I was thinking of getting you that too.
What's that?
Well, go work out.
I gotta drop those. I just did 10% lower on each one, but this is the first time.
Yeah, you're
doing
gonna
these
go
rep
over multiple
ranges.
reps. You can't 10%. Actually, you know one thing that's not bad to use is those rep calculators. Because it will tell you, and even though it's bench press, you can pretty much do it almost for any exercise.
No, it's mostly. It's not like gonna be like dips and chins, but they're squats, deadlifts.
This guy here that's doing that right now, he's never lost. I've never seen it. He's actually, as far as I know, he has never lost in a deadlift competition in strongman. He's been tied, but we're talking about Zadrunas, Savickas, and Murray Pujanowski. Anyway, this is sort of a cool thing. All it is this little device. It revolves. You do one-handed squat. Deadlifts.
Yeah.
But you use that, that carbonator over there, that pin I've got over there. You see,
oh yeah.
And that's all it is. You load it up there and you do one-handed squats too, because it builds up individual hand strength. But it's so you can almost do the same thing.
Farmer walk would be the same thing too, where it's
except for it's fixed. This one revolves. That's what makes it tougher.
Wait, why?
The handle revolves
because why would a farmer walk be fixed though? Well, if it's one-handed, that's still an open.
It's open, but this doesn't revolve. Those revolve. That makes it tougher. It comes out of your hand.
Gotcha.
This is actually something I think you'd probably be. I'd have to lose 100 pounds together. You actually do chin-ups.
Yikes! On just the tips.
You wouldn't want to try that?
Nah. I told you I'm not a big. I love the barbell. Like I love it.
Yeah. See, I was all right. Well.
And I'm new. I'm not even a year in yet.
That's true.
So
I've been doing this years, and I still to this day go back because this is the meat and potatoes.
What's that?
It's some weights. Machines suck. If I had them, because you know what, this is actually, I bought this for $1,200 back 15 years ago. Yeah. And it's almost the same exact model, no change. The exact same model that they sell right now, $1,799.
It was all, like when I would just come in here and fart around on it sometimes.
Well, it's great because it's plate loaded. It's plate loaded and it's the only machine. And see, I was working out by myself, so I didn't, if I had to do it all over again, I would have bought a badass squat cage or powerlifting cage from Elite Fitness, one of the ones that got a peg every other inch. Yeah. And a good bench, and probably I still would have got that Shermwork thing. But so you're not into chains either, huh?
I don't need it yet. Like I get where they're
true, yeah, because they are fantastic. You're doing enough.
I don't have sticking points yet. No. I'm still getting to the strength part.
But it does accelerate. When you start lifting against a band because of the difference in tension.
I completely understand it. I also get that how chains are used, where it's the heaviest at the top, so you don't build.
Which is the same way a band works, except it's just accentuated because of
the tension versus just the lack of weight. That one you're feeling like it's literally every step, whereas a chain, as soon as the weight comes off, it comes off.
Yeah, and the chain is, you can also grind a little easier against the chain. A band, if you're not explosive, it kills you. It just sucks you down because it just, gets progressively.
I got these weird guys.
You do what?
These weird guys.
That is one of my best investments right there.
Little,
Well, because, I do block squats.
By the way.
Huh?
I broke this guy. I was pulling him out and he just snapped.
But it still adjusts, right?
Yeah. It doesn't, nothing. It was just the outside plastic part.
I'm going to start squatting again heavy, which is exciting me.
I did 245 7 times, man, and I can feel. You explain to me sitting back. You can tell me that all day, but until you do it over and over and you feel the weight, now it's now I understand where it's just like.
And see, that's beautiful. You know why?
I couldn't do that before.
Well, first off, people who don't realize it, they've got to do that before they can even start the squat. Yeah. But now you go to the gym and you watch people, you see those knees way the hell over their toes, and you're like, you're just gonna get hurt.
Well, a big cue for me was screwing your feet in. Yeah. It's the same thing as when you want to do a chin up. Do you want to do a chin up like this, where your shoulders all fucking not in the joint, or do you want it here where it's in the socket and you're strong as hell?
Right.
It's like if you're gonna throw a hook. Do you want to throw a hook like this, or do you want to in the socket, boom, all that torque? And that's the same. This is the same thing as your knees going out.
Right.
boom. It's the same thing. You're
Which
screwing into
scares the crap because you watch these guys and they're lifting toes straight ahead. They're going forward, and when they lift real heavy, you start seeing their knee go in, and all you're like is, they're gonna get surgery.
Yeah.
They go any heavier.
All these people kept telling me, my knees. I can't squat anymore because of my knees. I'm like, how do you hurt your knees? I don't. What do you mean? Like,
it's because you don't lift right. Yeah. Guess what? If you start lifting right, your knees will feel better.
Even when I'm sitting here with like, I'm up to like 205 right now front squats. Wait, I need to get my back squat higher because that's like 245.
Yes.
So I'm right. I can just go right here, and my knees. I mean, I have a more outward stance than my back squat, but my knees. I mean, that's still, you're just dropping in between. Your knees still don't go past.
That's actually a good little sumo deadlift technique you have right there.
Yeah.
Right there, just put your hands between your legs.
I like traditional. I feel really strong here. I don't know why. But
actually, I had a weird technique I was trying to use on Junior and see if it would work. Is I had him sitting on the bench and had him getting in place where he and I had him try different positions of the changing the box at different heights and changing his feet around. And all I had him doing was grabbing the bar and explode up with not too much weight, like 50% of what I thought he could do.
yeah,
where he would feel the absolute strongest, where he felt like he was almost like
everyone's
jumping.
squat's different.
Exactly. So you got
that right there, jumping. That was a big cue for me on the deadlift. It was like, where would I go? Am I gonna want to jump here? No, that's not me. I'm right here. It's just, even though it's really narrow, there's some really strong dudes though that are right here with their feet barely out, and that's just the way they feel strongest.
But I've also seen guys who jump like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's where you feel, yes, it's where your strength and where you're coming. That's why when people say bench press, like, well, why? I'm like, look, you're talking about gear. Raw lifting, if you were to lay on your back and I was going to say, I'm going to put a child on your back now, where would you place your hand?
Yeah,
that's really where your bench is going to be. That's where your hand should be.
You were doing that. You're stepping on my thing. And even though I think I bench wide, that's just where my shoulders like to be. That's also where I push up. When I do push-ups, I'm right here.
And that's where you're strongest at. If you've got to do them, your body's going to find the best place where you're the best leverage, and then we try and fool ourselves when we get behind the bar. Now, you still, once you get underneath the bar, you can change grip lengths to focus on different muscles.
Oh, yeah, like if you want to do chest versus triceps.
Actually, like Louis Simmons, when you're doing speed work, you never use the same grip. It's different grip every single set. I mean, you go narrow, competition wide, narrow, competition wide, narrow, competition wide. Because when you're doing speed work, you do 9 sets. 9 sets of 3, trying to be as fast as possible. Trying to actually do 3 reps at the same time you do 1 max rep.
These are the opposite of that leg lift thing I do.
Oh, I wasn't watching.
I just put it right here, and I'm laying on my back, and then I sit up, over my head, and it focuses on this, and the leg lift focuses on this. And it's my squats now, there's no instability. It's just cool. Like, it locks in.
That's the core, that's the secret.
And I'm right, and there's no arc in my back anymore, it's all straight.
So I need to lose some weight, because somehow my heaviness right by my rib cage has been sort of compromised.
Mm-hmm.
So
you've had that. You've always had.
Right, but if I get lean enough, then it's because my core is actually strong. You've seen me with my little roller.
You lift some serious weight too. Like, that aggravates the shit out of me. People think that it's like abs are just mean you are lean. That has nothing to do with like strong. Like everybody.
Have you ever seen the guys? And this came in handy. And I haven't done it in a long time though. Where you actually put the weight along your hip and you actually rock up.
Oh, they're called glute bridges, and they're like nothing. I haven't done them, but they're saying nothing will improve your deadlift and your squat.
I was gonna say when I was really jumping up in my squat, I started doing those, and they are amazing because they hit.
You can use that guy so it sits on your pelvis and it doesn't destroy you. But they try to get you to get on a fixed thing, so like put the bench against something. A lot of gyms have those ones bolted into the ground, and you get your back on that, and you just load it up, and then get your heels in front of you, and then just explode up.
Right.
Because that's all the squat is, humping.
You're just
deadlift, humping. That's all they are.
Well, think about it, a lot of what we've done as man is being able to pick something up from the ground, and that's really what all you're doing right there. Good mornings. Do you ever do good mornings?
No, like not Saturday, but they were Saturdays. But my overhead press days, I'm doing front squats. That's because my squat was my weakest. So I always work on whatever my weakest lift is.
You add it to your.
Now it's my bench, according to strength standards.
Right.
Which is crazy because my dips are out the.
Yeah, there's something got to be wrong with your technique, which we can work on because your triceps seem strong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My dips are like.
Where do you fail at? Is it where you are you? Everybody's usually weakest off the chest.
Actually, I can always. It's never not gotten off my chest.
Right.
Ever. It's
okay.
Right here, it always comes up. It's about right here. I'm just like, this is the tricep. I don't know what this little part is.
That's actually a combination of your lats
and my chest. My chest isn't huge.
And your pecs. There's two things that you would do for that, or three things. One is board presses at that weight. Actually, four things. Pause presses.
Yeah, see, I've never done 1 rep maximum, so I never.
No, you don't even. You can even do a whatever weight.
I'm not saying you can't do it other ways. I'm saying I've never even.
No, but
you have to do that in
well, just even try this next time. Like let's do what you would typically do for 8 or 10 on your bench. Reduce it. Use the same weight, but go to 6. But do a full pause.
For like 2 seconds?
Yes, I mean, so it completely stops the
momentum.
Not only the momentum, but it's really not momentum then, because what's happening is.
I don't bounce off my chest.
Well, you don't bounce, but still, when you go down, you've built up kinetic energy that responds, so you actually go there to break that chain. It's the same as the box squat. The box squat, you're going down, you're stopping the rebound.
Like even without weight in my hand, if I just flex and pull down, I can feel the rubber band on the push up.
So you wait that longer than it's supposed to, and you do 6 reps, and you'll have a tough time for what you usually do 10 reps for.
Yeah.
You'll have a tough time doing 6, and that'll help you do that stage. The other is doing some front raises with a nice, like either a 50-pound plate or a couple of 45 and work your way up. Oh, that's the next exercise. Arms aren't so straight. You know what we're going.
No, I'm just doing my stomach. This doesn't have to be straight. In fact, I don't really want it straight. That'll frig up my shoulder. If I could change plates, I would do that and just hold it to my chest. It's not really, my rep press is strong.
And I don't have a kettlebell. Have you ever seen, and I forgot what it's called, it's actually a hell of an exercise though. Kettlebell in your arms and you're laying completely flat down and you basically have to get up. But you
have to, you can't compromise your shoulder. So like you have it externally rotated, armpit forward, and you lock it out. And I have an issue with that. Do you know what mobility WOD is? It's people that have issues like you can't lock your knee out. There's so many people that their joint has done this, so it's forever bent. They can't straighten it.
Right.
Stuff like that. Well, one problem that I have, which you can, if I completely lock my elbow, completely externally rotate, you should be able to go right here. Well, I'm not even straight anymore. It's about as far as I can go.
That may be hereditary, because I was going to say,
this one's a little better.
I wanted to do reverse presses, because reverse presses are really good for the tricep. I'm like, okay, guys, let's do reverse presses. Well, they're all doing reverse presses. I can't do reverse presses.
Yeah, you can. What's crazy is
because of this. I can't turn my hand any further. You see where my hand is?
It's tightness.
I can't turn it more, or I just completely lose. I lose that thing.
Okay, I promise you, we will fix that within the next 6 months. Because this is like new to me, and I don't like to talk on it until I know it.
Well, the only thing I don't want to do is I don't want to. Okay, it's sort
You're
of
not
weird.
gonna lose. I know.
No, but there's also a tightness. It's sort of weird. You know, like they talk about everybody go to stretch. Well, when you're actually lifting, powerlifting, you don't want the muscles loosened and tight. You do want certain tightness in there because there's a strength and.
Okay, but let me.
No, I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm saying yes, it's something I can work out. I don't want it to
I get
interfere with anything right now.
But
yes,
what you've heard, the tightness, that's before you lift, not
right.
Your general mobility.
No, I can do this another time. I just don't want to do anything that's gonna hurt. I don't want to tweak my forearm. Believe it or not, I've done that. That can.
But like I said, I would never do anything to you that's gonna harm you. And I want to learn more about it before I truly speak on it. But it's crazy what like my shoulder problems. I took a barbell, laid it. I was on the ground, put my leg on it so there's weight. Put it right here, and I just grinded that bitch out. Grinded all this. It was super hard. Now it's nice and supple. There was so much crap built up.
Right. Yeah, and that's even going to massage. Massage therapy. That's what they do.
Yeah. But this is about.
Oh, do you have a foam roller?
Yes, she just bought me one.
I bought you one too.
Oh.
You can have two.
It's amazing.
They work. I don't use them here.
It hurts so bad. Like I was doing my upper back. Holy crap! I didn't realize how tight all that was. And I was almost in tears when I was doing my.
Have you ever gone and got like a sports massage?
No.
Okay, you know how when you do foam roller and you really go intense at it, you can sort of tell that, because of all you're breaking down lactic acid and the calcium and all that other crap, you're actually breaking it up and it flushes through your system.
Yeah.
Well, when you go do a full body massage, and it's a sports massage where they really work you over, they know you're, either lift or exercise, they really go after it. Man, the neck, you are wiped out because of all that shit going on.
You're essentially, what do they call it? If you do a really good session, you're hung over, like your liver's been shot. Because you have a thing called not proprietary. Anyway, it's a highway. It can only go this way, the same way as your blood.
Oh, wait a minute. Try and remind me, what exactly was your GPA in high school?
It was awful.
And what I always said was, son, you're a gent. Once you find something you love, I promise you, because if it interests us, we're a smart people.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm smart. I get very focused when I'm enjoying something.
No, but you already are, already reflecting a level of understanding and recognition that you're absorbing what you're reading, which I promise you, there's a lot of people that read the same thing you're reading that don't understand what's going on. Oh, actually, I do need to leave you. It's almost time for football, and I'm actually working on trying to get our bowling team in.
In what?
We have a tournament coming up in March. Mark and a bunch of the guys who bowl over Gautier. Does Jessica like? No, Jessica probably doesn't like haunted houses.
Probably not.
Debbie loves haunted stuff. So when we were in Gaucher,
we went.
It's just okay. You know where Pascagoula is?
Yeah.
And you know where Biloxi is?
Yeah.
It's right in between those two cities. Smack dab in the middle. And the tournament is in Gaucher, but we always stay in Biloxi for at the IP. Well, because I go to the IP for that, I've earned up a lot of points. So when me and Debbie go to Biloxi, we go to the IP. Anyway, because she likes haunted places, so I went to the Gaucher house.
I think I remember you guys talking about.
Well, the cool thing was, everybody calls it Gaucher because they're all rednecks. The guy who's there, he's actually from there. He is Southern. He goes, "The dumb rednecks don't realize it's French." Yeah, so they can't say that, so they say Gaucher. So it was really cool. Anyway, here, I'll leave this for you to look at, though. And if you do find something,
put it right there. Okay, but hold up before you go. I know I'm taking up late.
No. What time is it?
I have no idea.
You don't have a clock on this one?
It's on my phone. Or yeah, you can look on there too. Hit the Windows key at the bottom left.
Windows key bottom left.
Well, now it's in the bottom right. Time.
3:21. Oh, a football game. But go ahead.
I really want you to completely understand what you're doing.
Yes.
Do you have any
questions? Yeah, one thing I was looking at was um, trying to understand how to put a meal together to be able to hit the nutrients that you give me because sometimes it's going to be tough. I'm trying to figure some meals.
More times than not. The calculator is based on body weight and it puts your protein at that point. Well, unfortunately, you're in a much higher, like that's just unrealistic.
I was gonna say because there's no way I can get, there's nothing I can put together to get. Yeah, and I said,
no, you can technically.
Yeah,
but it
they do
literally
protein shakes.
All protein shakes and chicken breast.
Exactly, and not even I can't even eat the entire chicken box. I've got to do the breast because the breasts are ungodly.
So
as far as calories and fat.
Amazing.
The other ones are good, but nowhere near the breast is like ungodly.
Breast is like a big ass breast is like 200 calories for like 40 grams of protein.
40 grams of protein and only what 12 or 13 grams? No, it's more fat. 7 grams of fat in the Kentucky Fried Chicken because of the skin.
Oh yeah. Okay,
you take the skin off?
No. A chicken breast.
Oh yeah, chicken breast. I'm saying KFC's chicken breast is 40 grams of fat. They only 7. Well, see, that's impossible to get to because if you eat any hamburger, you're not going to get there.
And this is amazing fat for you.
Right.
Skin is what we ate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm sure. And people go, I'm like, look, we didn't eat preps. How did we really eat? And what did we? So it's sort of like. Anyway.
We didn't have breakfast. That literally came around in the early 1800s. Right. And before that, it was only rich ass people that had breakfast.
Right. So that means people woke up every day and went out to work the fields.
Yep. And when they were done, when the sun came down.
But you know what?
You ate big.
When you were a kid, and when I was a kid, I wake. Okay, you gotta remember, Mom was. I didn't. Breakfast was a weekend thing. We ate breakfast on weekends. Lunch I ate, but actually lunch I always a lot of times I'd skip lunch, and actually I felt better when I skipped lunch.
Something else,
and lunch, like if I eat lunch at work, it slows me down. I come back and I have a carb crash. Right now I'm just plugging away.
Oh man, I get so focused in the morning when you're fasting. It's weird.
Oh, give me some. Send me some like little cheap things, like your waffle.
Okay.
How you make your, just little things that you discover. Here's a great little meal. See, because believe it or not, it just helps me put meals together.
Yeah, rest days though, it's all about just whatever kind of meat you like and veggies. Unfortunately, that's boring, but it's nice.
Broccoli. I love broccoli. I can eat Brussels sprouts every day, and then like I said, I'm going to start buying lots of steak for me.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny. I'm like, oh man, I'm on a cut.
I'm actually very excited. I'm actually even reading articles on nutrition again. And actually, I'm still saying, gotta go look at John Kiefer's website. So y'all two are very much in sync.
Well, hold on. I wanted to make sure you understood.